birthday, I have a very special treat. Mostly for me, but also for you guys too, I guess. I have my sketchbook finished. Crazy, I know. And this is the sketchbook where I drew a total of like 3 things. 4 if you count these like 2 spreads, but it's mostly just 3 things, and you will see just you'll see kind of why I finished it when I did. I was expecting this one to take me a little bit longer than it did, but I went a little crazy. Very excited to show you this sketchbook. First of all, this sketchbook isn't technically a sketchbook, it's a scrapbook. I got it from Joann's. I bought it mostly because I liked this. It didn't come with all of this stuff. It was just a plain black thing, and then I decorated it with scrapbook paper and washi tape and stuff. I had to tape it here because it started falling apart a little bit. The brand is, I can't show you the back because it has some questionable stickers. Park Lane Papery Guest Book. Honestly, as an actual sketchbook, I can't recommend it because it's not a sketchbook. So the paper wasn't made to handle a lot of art supplies. It was purely an aesthetic reason that I bought this. So keep that in mind if you are looking for this. If you want to use this, don't have high expectations for the paper. But I guess we will dive right into it. One of the other reasons that I also can't say I really can recommend it is because once you start getting towards the middle of the sketchbook, since the binding is like this, once you start getting towards the center, it can't really lay flat because this sort of just like sticks out and it's really weird. You'll probably see as I flip through it, but whenever I like open it like this, sometimes the pages will like close on itself. I really liked working in this sketchbook, but it's not because of the sketchbook itself, if that makes any sense. So I started this on April 29th, 2024, and I finished it March 12th. These are actually my stickers from previous Patreon rewards. Every single month I send out a print and matching sticker. If you are interested, you can find that in the description box, but these are 2 of the stickers and I really liked them, so I just stuck them in here. These are just some extras I had. I always like to do this sort of intro page on my sketchbooks, which has like which number sketchbook it is. This is my 25th sketchbook that I've completed in my lifetime. And then this is my character Andy. This is not their hair color. If you know them, you know that, but I actually drew this when my room was leaking one of like the 12 billion times it's happened since I've moved here. And these were the only blue markers that I had available. They have blue hair and pronouns. This is Andy. And my main goal with this sketchbook was to be as self-indulgent as possible. So I drew Andy in a slow little outfit because that's what I love to do. Honestly, I don't even remember what any of this says, and I'm not going to bother to read it because who gives a shit. But my previous sketchbook was really hard for me to complete because I went through something really traumatic in my life, and I started to associate that sketchbook with that, and it just became a very anxiety-filled thing. So for this one, I was just like, fuck everything. I'm gonna do what I want because who cares? So if I draw the same thing over and over again, that's what I'm gonna do. And you will see that is exactly what I did. I made this outfit up on the spot and I liked it a lot, so I wanted to like tweak it a little bit. So I was just working on that. Basically just kind of sussing out the design a little bit. It's for nothing. It's just something that I wanted to draw them in. So I did. I also found in my previous sketchbook that I really liked doing this sort of scrapbooky stuff, so I wanted to be sure that I did that a lot more in this sketchbook. By the way, if you are like, oh, how do you make it so that the pages don't bleed through? They do. I just cover it up. That's true for every single sketchbook I've ever used, especially with alcohol markers. So if you assume that there's any bleed through, there is. I'm just covering it up. This was to cover up some bleed through, but I thought it made like a really neat pattern, trying to figure out shoes. I'm very bad at designing shoes. These ones look fine, I guess. I don't know, they're here. I mostly just, in this sketchbook, it was mostly fun in, yes, what I draw, but mostly because what I was drawing was incredibly self-indulgent, and as you can see, literally all I've drawn so far was my character in this outfit. But I mostly just had a lot of fun both being self-indulgent and also trying to decorate the pages in a way and sort of treating the whole spread as sort of its own composition and art piece, I guess. Some of them are better than the others, but I definitely had a lot of fun just trying it in general. It was very, very fun. I'm gonna have to censor some of this stuff, aren't I? Here I wanted to try and recreate like a screen tone, half tone sort of thing. And then after I did this, I had plans to do it for all the other ones, but after I drew this, I was like, fuck that. That's annoying as hell, making all these tiny little dots, and so I just kind of gave up. Fun fact, I drew this during election time. That's how I coped, drawing some bouncy titties and upskirt shots because I'm predictable. But I really like the layout of this spread. Thought it was neat. And here we are. Here's the start of the second thing that I drew a lot of in this sketchbook. Something that happens to me a lot, which I'm sure a lot of you guys also experience, is really intense hyperfixations. My first hyperfixation was my character Andy. They will make a return later, don't you worry. And then my second one was Ace Attorney. It's entirely because my friend finally started playing it, because I recommended to my best friend a while ago that he start playing it because he really liked it, because I was super into Ace Attorney back in like 2021-ish, and he finally got around to playing it, and that sent me down a downward spiral of gay lawyers that I couldn't escape from. So if you don't know about Ace Attorney, don't worry. I don't think there's any like spoilers, or I won't really go too much into the plot or anything, but you'll sure see a lot of these characters. Just a drawing of Trucy and then the Write Anything Agency. I love these silly little guys. I actually drew this in a YouTube short and then the audio got muted, so that's cool. And it wouldn't be Ace Attorney fan art without them. I mean, I don't know how much they actually appear in the sketchbook, but they're here. Phoenix and Edgeworth. You've seen them, you know them. This was before I properly really figured out how to draw Edgeworth's hair though, so I didn't want this page to bleed onto this page because the drawings themselves are fine, but I like this spread layout, so I want it to bleed because this paper can handle nothing. Something that I use a lot for like these sort of things are these Tombow water-based brush pens markers things, and normally there might be a little bit of ghosting, but generally it's like fine. But this sketchbook cannot handle anything. There would even sometimes be bleeding with just like regular ballpoint pens. So again, this sketchbook is for purely aesthetics and not practicality. But I wanted to design outfits. One of my favorite parts about character design, yes, the actual character themselves, but I love just designing outfits for characters. So here's Trucy, Apollo, and then Pearl and Maya. They look fine. Apollo looks fine. Trucy is very cute. I really like this Trucy outfit and I want to draw her in it again sometime. But yeah, this spread itself is fine. It was mostly just trying to not damage the other spreads around it. This is like one of, I think like 3 spreads where I was practicing drawing suits because Ace Attorney. So I looked up a bunch of suit references and then I turned them into Ace Attorney characters. We got Edgeworth, we got Phoenix. I like these little faces, especially the Phoenix one. Oh, this was fun. This was when the Ace Attorney Investigations was announced for the Switch and also other things. Because I've always loved like the Investigations games. And then one day, I tend to sleep in rather late, but I woke up to a message from my friend being like, dude, check out the Nintendo Direct. You're gonna shit your pants. And shit my pants I did. We got Lang, we got Edgeworth, K, Lang, Gumshoe, and then them. On my Patreon, I have like what the sketches under here look like, but I just did a really rough sketch of ballpoint pen, and then I used tracing paper to add color in like a line art type of thing. I love K. Her or Trucy might be my favorite assistant. Apollo, Clavier, is that how you say his name? Just more suit practices. I wanted these spreads to be all like consistent with each other. I believe I did like a pencil sketch underneath, and then I used micron liners for all of them, and then I would just erase the pencil after. I think the Clavier ones are my favorite. I think he turned out the best, but there's some good Apollo ones in here too. Francisca! I've seen a lot of people make designs for what she would look like if she were to make a return, and a lot of them are very self-indulgent. A lot of them are just things that people would like to see her wear. All of that is fine, but I wanted to try and redesigning her how I think she might actually look if she were to make a return. So her design would be pretty similar to how it is, but just with some like upgrades, I guess. I did decide to give her shorter hair though, because we see her at age 13 and then like 18 and her hair got shoulder. Her hair turned into a shoulder. Her hair got shorter when she got older, so I figured we'll just keep that trend up. But she's a fun character. I would also love to see her return. And then we got Blackwill and Athena. I really like the Athena ones too. I'm just a lot better at drawing feminine characters. I feel like Dual Destinies is a very underrated game. I think that game is great. Spirit of Justice is perfectly rated though. That game is ass. This was, I think, when I got her to play a little bit of Ace Attorney, and she was playing Rise from the Ashes, and so I drew Emma and then Maya because I missed her. I really like this little, like, doodle here. This was a thumbnail for a drawing that I don't know where it is. It was going to be, like, an actual finished illustration with some, acrylic markers, because those when Ardex sent me some of their acrylic markers, but I didn't really like how the final one turned out. I really like how this thumbnail thing turned out though. This is a thumbnail for something on the next page, which also was a YouTube short, just Emma, with some watercolors that did not take to this paper well at all. And then here I used an acrylic pen marker thing, and then some scrapbook paper, and then I just pasted some more Emma doodles on top of it. This wasn't wrinkly, but then I pasted something on the next page that made it very wrinkly. Oh, I might have to censor some of this. Just some figure studies. This was me being like, draw something other than fucking Ace Attorney fan art. Figure studies are always nice for me to do. They're very easy for me. I don't really struggle with them a lot. At least like the quicker ones. So I just did that. They're nice. They're fine. You could probably find the uncensored versions of these on my Patreon if you're interested. I really struggle with arm muscles, so that was the main thing I wanted to work on here. And then I just brushed up on some torso practice while I was at it. I really love this. This is like one of the best arms and torsos that I've ever drawn. This one's fine. Like, I like the arm. The body is fine. I said fuck hands. And these ones were just really quick warm-up stuff. This is another one that I really like the general layout of. I think this was just done with Prismacolor colored pencils. You got some Athena and Juniper. This was going to be a marker illustration, but then I just, I did not feel like doing it, so I didn't. I don't ship a lot of, like, girl characters together, but they're, like, one of the few, like, queer lady ships that I really like. I think they're very cute. I like to think that Juniper got a crush on Apollo, and Athena's just sitting there like, the fuck? I tried so hard. Some Kay. I love drawing Kay. I really love her character design. There's a lot of fun shapes and everything in there. And since she's a very active character, even these like very loose drawings, even of ones where she's just sort of sitting there, I feel like they always have a lot of movement to them just because she's a very fun, lively character. I really like this sketch. I also really like this one. Got big knife cat energy. Mr. Eustace. I know when the second Investigations game was localized, a lot of people had a big fuss over them not using the fan translated names. I never played the fan translated version, so I don't have any attachment to them, but I remember him in particular, people were really upset with him going from Sebastian to the official name of Eustace. And I'm like, this is the most Eustace looking motherfucker I've ever seen. Like, I don't know what to tell you. This spread is fine. I think this would have worked out a lot better if I had used a lighter color, because I really love seeing when people have just a line art and then they use one color, but it's like super, super rough and loose and they go out of the lines. And that's what I wanted to do here. I feel like this shade of red though is just too dark for it to really work. It would have been much lighter if I had used a pink or something. My favorite spread in this sketchbook, probably, and also something do I have to censor any of that? Maybe this ass down here, so I just won't lift that up. I decided to draw Andy in a slutty elf design, and it consumed my brain. This was, all I could think about. That was, they look so cute, but I really love this spread too. I think this was just when I got a little mini haul from Stationery Pal that I bought myself. They've worked with me before, but this time I had just bought things myself. I do have an affiliate link in the description if you are interested. A lot of this scrapbooky paper and these stickers and everything, a lot of that comes from them. I really like their stationery. This isn't sponsored. I just love their website. I got a hole puncher, so I hole punched the side. I thought that was really fun. And then I put a little thing through it. This ass is definitely gonna have to get censored. Just some more Elf Andy. And then I just scribbled with some colored pencil. I really love these eyes, actually. But then this started the trend of shifting back to slutty Andy outfits from Ace Attorney. This I kind of just wanted to work on a design for an outfit because I stopped using Instagram a while ago, and then soon after I stopped using Twitter, both because of some AI bullshit. I post a lot on Bluesky now, so you can find that in the description also. And then this was when I got 1,000 followers over there, so I wanted to make like a little thank you picture, so I just designed a quick little outfit. This is another sticker from a Patreon perk, another sticker from a Patreon perk, but this is really funny because after I I sent away all of these packages, I was like, oh, I have an extra sticker of this, I'll keep that for myself. And then later someone was like, I didn't get this sticker, so whoops. Don't worry, I sent them another one, but it turns out there was not an extra. I'm gonna have to censor all of this so I won't linger here too long. It's all Elf Andy. This one I'm so mad about because this is another Patreon print. Genuinely the best drawing I have ever made in my entire life, and so few people will see it uncensored. You can see the censored version on various social medias, and also you can buy, not the print, but you can buy like the post on Patreon to see this uncensored for like $5 or something. So if you can, I'd recommend it because I popped off the official halfway done mark. I wanted to draw Andy in a maid outfit because I like maid outfits. This was also around the time where I, over on Bluesky, decided I wanted to, every single day for the month of February, post Andy in a different costume. You can go find that. I think it's my pinned thread on Bluesky, but I really like the maid outfit, so I wanted to draw it again. Here was some little thumbnails for this drawing, and then when I was done, I just decorated the page. Andy's very cute. This one, I'm very excited for this. These are eventually going to be stickers that you can buy on my Ko-fi shop. These are the main characters of my webcomic. There are 5 of them, definitely not 6. So these are the designs that I worked on. You can kind of see like very faintly I was working on some other poses. The Noe one is perfect. This is also one of my favorite drawings I've ever made. It's so... she's perfect. I want to hold her gently in my hands and protect her from anything that may cause her harm. And so I tried really hard to sort of capture this style in the other ones. I really like the Alice one too. Lo was by far the hardest. They don't have canon heights, but he's like roughly 6'4", very buff, very grumpy. So I'm like, how do I turn that into just a little guy? I really struggled with it. I think it looks fine, but I'm really excited to work on these more. I'm going to start streaming on Twitch eventually, and whenever I get around to that, I want to stream me working on these, mostly because of the Noe one. It's the perfect drawing. Oh god. This is where it starts. The biggest brain rot of this entire sketchbook. So these are fairy tale characters, which is an anime that everybody is known for loving and no one has ever disliked. And like I'm gonna be real with you, I don't know what happened. Like, something came over me. It's when I say the rest of this sketchbook is fairy tale fan art, I mean it. This is all fairy tale fan art. The final page has Andy on it, but it's all fairy tale fan art. So if you aren't into fairy tale, don't worry. I won't go in depth about the plot, I hope. Feel free to just enjoy the art. This is actually going to be a finished illustration I'm currently working on. I'm filming it. I have no idea what the actual video itself is going to be, but this is Mavis. I'm using acrylic markers because I always love using them, but then I just always forget to use them. Like, every single time I use them, I have a wonderful time with it, but then for some reason, I just don't. Here's where I'm at so far. And then this is a thumbnail for when Artix sent me their colored pencil set. This was just me thumbnailing Wendy, testing out what colors I wanted to use, figuring out how liners and everything worked on it, all of that. I can link the actual video if you are interested. They were fun. I really liked using them. By the way, this is why I don't like, this is a big reason why I wouldn't recommend this sketch. You can kind of see it's like fanning up, and then if I were to like do this is getting in the way of it like functioning well. So again, if you like aesthetic over practicality, this is the sketchbook for you. Evergreen, Lucy, Wendy, Lucy, Happy. I didn't use any references for these. Wendy and Lucy and Evergreen are all very easy for me to draw. There's a lot of Lucy and Wendy, not a lot of Evergreen. If you know me, Loxus and the Thunder Legion are my absolute favorite characters, and I didn't really draw them a lot because this... it's so fucking stupid. I was like, this sketchbook isn't the greatest, so I don't want to draw them in it because they deserve better. Which is insane. They're fucking drawings, get over it. So you can expect them a lot in my next sketchbook, because I can assure you the fairy tale brain rot has not left me. I am still struggling and suffering, and this is a cry for help. But I rewatched it, and then I made a list of all of the things that I would like to draw, and then I did. Draw them I did. I really love this spread too, another one of my favorites. I was looking through some scrapbook paper and I saw this one that said Signs of the Zodiac, and I'm like, it's perfect. This is also when I got, I think I can show the pens right here. I bought them because they are 0.3. It's a ballpoint pen, they are not a liner. It's a Pilot pen. I used the hell out of these. I got a pack of like 5 or 6, and starting from here to like the end, I almost completely used all of the ink. By the time I was done, the ink was like, granted I did use it for other stuff like writing, but I loved those pens. Very good. My fairy tale brain rot was already starting back up, but then my sister bought a Crunchyroll subscription for herself, and then she shared the password with me. And I was already planning on rewatching Fairy Tail anyway, because I have a lot of the DVDs, but I don't have like the final season. But then she did that, and then I watched all of it, and I was like, wow, that was perfect. I loved that. Welp. Back to episode 1. There's nothing else I can possibly watch on Crunchyroll. There's only one thing. I think I'm about to finish up my second rewatch of it. I'm sorry. But here's some Wendy outfits. Another spread I really like. There's a lot of spreads in the back part of this sketchbook that I really love. Really like this outfit from the second Fairy Tail movie. The second Fairy Tail movie was pretty ass, not gonna lie. But Wendy did wear that cute outfit, so it has that in its favor. Wendy's just very easy for me to draw. More girls, and Frosh, non-binary icon. Kagura, Frosh, Yukino, and Evergreen. I wasn't intending on drawing Evergreen again, honestly. I was like, she deserves better than this sketchbook. But I really wanted to draw the 8 Island uniforms, and I was like, who wears them? Yes, her. But I really like this drawing. We got Michelle and Imitatia. Another banger of a spread, I must say. I really like it. I really like these drawings, too. This drawing of Michelle, I really, really love. I love the colors, I love the pose, the pen was fun to draw with, I love the stickers and everything. And then for the Imitatia one, I sketched out her like face and body and everything, and then for her outfit, I didn't like do any sort of liner, I just took a brush pen and went crazy with it. But I really love this spread. Very good spread. Bunch of Lucy's. This isn't all of her Star Dress transformations, but it's a good amount of them. I really love this Taurus one. I would like to make this into an actual like finished illustration one day, which I always say and then never do, but maybe someday. I also really don't like the sequel, but I keep up with it anyway and I buy the volumes. It sucks, but I do really like how Lucy is able to combine star dresses. I think that's a cool power, and I really like her Leo and Virgo form. Some Miliana. An underrated character design is her design during the Alvarez Empire arc. I think she's very cute. I also had some cat washi tape, and I was like, finally, I can use it! And then I proceeded to cover it up. Some Toxic Yuri, another ship I really like, and they are not healthy. But you know what? They shouldn't have written them like that if I wasn't meant to ship them. And then Lumi or Lummy, one of those weird lost in translation names. I really like this sketch of Mary too. I really like her design, and then she proceeds to barely do anything. Mavis. I really love this outfit of Mavis, and I wish it would come back, and it was there incredibly briefly. Some non-toxic Yuri, and then a different kind of toxic Yuri. But I really like Yuri and Mavis's dynamic. I just really love dynamic of man who is barely clinging onto life and then finds a small girl that he decides is his daughter. I really like that, and they kind of have that vibe. He's like barely clinging onto life in his own way, and that's why I love him. I wanted to draw some Celestial Spirit clothing. I have a lot of like star and moon and space stationery, so I was good to use that up. Lucy, Wendy, he sweet. Here I pasted some stuff here because I knew what I wanted to draw on the next page, and it would most certainly bleed through, so I just prepped it in advance. I really like this spread too, though. I had a lot of fun drawing in it. I really wanted to draw all of Mira's Satan Soul forms because I realized I don't think I've ever drawn them before. I think maybe I've drawn this one once when I was very young and was at the age where I was still like copying the pages of manga, and that's how I got my drawing practices. So that's I think the only time I've ever drawn her Satan Soul forms, but I really like all of them, especially this one. I think that one's cool. I don't like the sequel, Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest. Certified ass. It's not good, but there are some character designs that I really like. I love Toka's design, I love Caramel's design. I don't really read the manga, I mostly just look up the tag on Tumblr and catch up. I just skim through whenever a new chapter comes out. But I did finally watch the anime, and when I described watching it to my sister, by like episode 3 I felt like the emoji of the guy just standing there, because I was like, this is going against so much of what was established and you're doing way too much. The anime did just barely introduce Suzaku, and out of all of like the new characters, he's probably my favorite. I have no idea where his character is going to go, but I liked what I saw in the anime. And then I tweaked the Wendy Balsarion outfit because it's not hard to cover up the underboob of a 14-year-old. So this page bled through severely, but I don't really like a lot of these drawings, so I don't care. I liked Eclair's face, and I got a picture of it before it bled through, so that's fine. I really, unlike the second Fairy Tail movie, I really liked the first one. I thought it was a great movie. And then a Future Rogue, Young Bisca, I'm so tired. I was very exhausted drawing this page, but it was also around this point that I realized how far I was in my sketchbook, and so I was just trying really hard to finish it up. Got some Sting and Rogue from 100 Year Quest, and then Kiria. I say Suzaku was my favorite. Kiria probably is, but it's hard for me to really declare her as my favorite. I'm just terrified they're gonna turn her into another Juvia, and I'm like, don't do that. I like her when she's a nasty, fucked up little freak. Don't make her a stalker love interest. I am begging you. If that happens, I would probably dislike Kiria more than Juvia, because she at least started a great character and then destroyed. So Hiramashima, if you're watching this, I am begging you, don't you fucking dare. But I really love her design. She's cool. I just want her to stay a nasty, fucked up freak. I think her magic is stupid. A part of the reason why I think they're doing way too much, but as a character, I think she's cool. Some more Wendy. Whenever I want to draw Fairy Tail fan art, it's usually Wendy, because she is the most in my comfort zone out of all of the Fairy Tail characters, and at this point, I don't even need a reference to draw her. I can just kind of do it. These I use a reference for, but like her main outfit where she's wearing like the red jacket, I can just whip that out. That is ingrained in my brain. But I really like these outfits from the sequel. This is from the episode, I think it's an anime exclusive thing. After the 7-year gap and they go to that like ball, this is Wendy's little dress in there. I actually really like this sketch though. It has like such a nice weight to it, but it's one of those ones where I feel like if I drew it bigger and tried to make it better, it would not be better. Because whenever I draw small like this, since I'm not able to really get in there with the details, I just have to focus a lot more on like the flow and the weight of it. So I feel like that's why a lot of my tiny little ones turn out better. And then this is an outfit that Wendy wore one time, but I saw it and I loved it, and then it never came up again. So I wanted to be sure to draw it, and I really love this drawing too. I really want to color this digitally, so we will see if that happened by the time I'm editing this video. And then this is Team Natsu in some steampunky outfits. This is art from like a collab cafe. This is probably the best thing that ever came out of 100 Year Quest. They all looked great. I wish I had spent the time to like make better drawings of them. Like Wendy's outfit I think was really cute. But I really like how the Lucy came out, and I think the spread itself is really fun. I really wanted to include this one because Bacchus is a character in Fairy Tail. He's a pretty shitty character, but he's a character, so I wanted to use that in one of my spreads. We got Natsu going a little cuckoo bananas over here. He's fine. He's doing great. We got some Natsu, we got some Gray. Tiny little Chemos. The scribbliest Jalal you've ever seen. And this is one of like Urza's transformations where I'm like stuck between two minds of myself. Like where one of them is like, okay, if she were actually fighting, this would be incredibly impractical. But then there's the other half where I'm like, okay, but she looks really good though. Like she's killing it. Like I love bunny girl outfits. Put some armor on it and give her a sword? Yes, please. It's like the bisexual agenda right there. Some of my favorite villains from Fairy Tail came from Tartarus. Like I love Mard Gear and I love Jackal. I would love to like redraw this as a digital illustration or maybe like a marker illustration or something, but I just love a fucked up little guy and then you give him cat ears. Yes. Perfect. No notes. I know he's a jackal and they're more related to wolves, but come on, he looks like a fucking cat. And then Mard Gear, this drawing of him is fine, but I love him. And then Sayla, this drawing I really like. Another Toxic Yuri pairing. Funnily enough, morally, they're more fucked up than Brandish and Demaria, but as a couple, significantly less toxic. I don't know how that happened. And then Silver, the tiniest little doodle. Got some Eclipse Spirits. This arc is fine. It's okay. But I really like some of the Eclipse Spirit designs, and then some Fairy Tale Girls after the 1 year time skip. I really love Lucy's outfit in the 1 year time skip. Again, no notes. Team Natsu doing the Grand Magic games. These drawings are fine. I really love all of their Grand Magic game outfits. Again, I just wish I took the time to do it better. But to be fair, this time I started doing the base sketch in a Tombow brush pen, but then it very quickly started dying, and so I had to switch to a ballpoint pen, and I got frustrated, so I think that kind of made me give up. Some gray, mostly. Very, very old subscribers of my channel know that Gray used to be my favorite character, and I would also very much struggle drawing him. And I feel like I finally figured out how to draw him, just in time for him to not be my favorite character anymore. I really loved the scene where he was ballroom dancing with Wendy. I just love that she showed up and everyone was like, oh, you're our collective little sister? Cool. I thought that was a really cute scene. I really like this drawing of Gray. I also love this one of Sting and Rogue, especially Rogue. I think his face turned out great. And then Gray when he stole Rufus's hat, because we all agreed it was a look. I wanted to draw Carla's human form, but wearing the outfit that she was introduced in. And one of my favorite scenes is when Wendy was trying to scare people, but no one was afraid of her because she's just a small, adorable little girl. So Gajiel had to, help her. Kana and Gildarts, and then Shelia, Wendy, Carla. Shelia, Wendy. The second to last spread, just a bunch of Urzas. I love the wedding dress from the first Fairy Tale movie. More brides should just have a sword, I think. Just chuck it in there with the bouquet. I think it'll be great. Nothing can possibly go wrong with that. And then I also really like the bunny suit from the second Fairy Tale movie. The fan service was a lot in that movie. But again, I like a cute bunny suit. What can I say? I'm sorry. Some of this I'll have to censor. These are all my Patreon stickers and then some cacti stickers that I had. And then Andy. No, this was actually the outfit that I drew for the saying thank you for 1K on Bluesky. The other one, that one I was just gaining a lot of subscribers completely randomly and suddenly, so that one was a separate thing. But I really like that outfit, so I finished the sketchbook off with them. And there we are, a completed sketchbook. Thank you for putting up with the insane amounts of Fairy Tale fan art at the end. But I had a significantly better time in this sketchbook. My last sketchbook, obviously I drew things that I enjoyed, but I treated it how I think a lot of people try to treat sketchbooks, where it's a mix of things you enjoy drawing and practicing different mediums and doing studies of stuff, which is fine, and that is completely, honestly how I like to use sketchbooks too. After my last one, I was like, fuck it. Total of 3 things. That's it. We got Andy, we got Ace Attorney, we got Fairy Tale. I don't need anything else in my life. But yeah, if you liked this sketchbook, you can actually purchase this one and a few other ones as PDF scans on my Ko-fi shop. So if you have an art book collection or a digital art book collection, you can add this one to that. This is also the part of my sketchbook tours where I give a sneak peek into my next sketchbook, but I actually haven't started that one as of yet. I can show it to you though. It's one that I made. It's a sketchbook that I made out of an old book that I got from, I think, a flea market. I decorated it with this sticker, washi tape stuff, and then I sewed some pages in it. But yeah, if you're excited for me to draw in this sketchbook, stick around. You can buy this on my shop as well. As a sticker and a print, go get it. So yeah, I'm very excited to be using this sketchbook. I would actually really love to draw on the first page during a live stream. I just need to figure out how to live stream traditional art because my webcam isn't the best, so. But I do have some fun sketchbook videos planned out. I was initially planning on posting a video showing all of the supplies that I use in my sketchbook and sort of where I got it from, but then I finished my sketchbook, so I decided to film this one first, so you can expect that to be my next video. But then I also have some videos of me drawing in this sketchbook, so I hope you're looking forward to that. But that's about all I have for you, so time for the Patreon shoutouts. I'd like to give a quick thank you to all of my patrons for helping make this video possible, especially my tiers 3 and 4 members. Big shout out to Jules, Sammy Bear 127, Sugar Cookie 2, Nyoko Arts, Sade Rosado, It's Dorky Arts, Castle Roodle, Anna, Jamie, JDios, Creatively Anxious, Dazzy Bones, Lauka 2, Jay Johnson, Vivi Brown, Bread, Fantastic Artist, Joss, Mystery Gummy, Blue Devil 4, Rin Rinny, Tina K, Oswin, Sammy the Boy Draws, Flap, Caden, Anime Fan 110, Yuinaman, Art Iconics, Damaged Coda, Pretty Witchy Liachi, Deanna Riano, Boo, Snapdragon Fern, Nest Bones, Caramel Roses, Austin, Dust Nook Arts, Nishi Studios, Fog Scorpio, Max David K. Wellington, The Cool Guy, Squid Arts, Saki Saki, Zoe235, Gonzelli, Mediocre Hours, Ari Wolf, Caleb Sanchez, Dixalot, T, Kathan, Small Bean Soda, June, and Sayel. Thank you all so much for the extra support. It means a lot to me. And if you're interested in becoming a part of my Patreon, you can find the link in the description box below.